we got an insane new poll here from Leger, who has come out with some pretty interesting numbers all across the board, I have to say. So we're going to have a look at this data. But before we do get into it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. And I appreciate you guys so much for doing that. So I'm starting off here. I'm going to show the actual numbers in a bit. But this is the part of the poll that got me kind of like, oh, what's going on here? So the approval rating for Mark Carney is at 47. Now, that sounds strange because back in July, it was all the way up to 58. Now, you can say maybe it wasn't that high. I would argue that that was the ceiling. That was about as high as it's ever going to get if it got there. Colt Montreal was saying, oh, it's good. It's at 63%. That was crazy. It was never that high. But 58, like mid-high 50s, that was the ceiling. So back in July, 58% approval, 29% disapproval. In August, 56 approval, 33 disapproval. September 6th, 53% approval, 37% disapproval. And now, as of October 4th, I'm a few days late here, 47% approval. He has dropped 11 points since July. Which just goes to show that my theory of people not being nearly as patient with Mark Carney as they were with Justin Trudeau is absolutely correct. That is quite the free fall. Disapproval at 41%. A lot of people who voted for Carney are starting to change their mind. Government satisfaction, satisfied, 46%. Back in June, 58%. They lost 12 points there. Dissatisfied has almost doubled. I mean, that's pretty crazy. And this is not like we're going over a 2-year time frame here. This is a few months. That is horrific news if you're Mark Carney. It's probably why he's melting down all the time in Parliament whenever Pierre-Poilievre sparks him in question period. He's getting frustrated, you can tell. The little tax breaks that he gave, it's not holding water. Now, that being said, you also have the Liberals leading in the poll, which is, again, you could say, well, that's a bit strange. How could they still have 44% support? That's more than they got in the election, but their approval is down. Well, that could just mean that a lot of people are still saying for now, like if an election were held today, they'd still vote Liberal, but they're not nearly as confident as Mark Carney as they were. Over the next few months, as this probably gets worse for Mark Carney, these numbers are going to start to switch. Now, some pollsters like Abacus have already shown that it's a lot tighter than this. And this is, it's a 6-point Liberal lead. But you could argue it's only a 3-point lead or less, or it's tied. I think Angus Reid, let's see here. Angus Reid. So Abacus. Or maybe they don't have the Angus Reid. Maybe it wasn't put up here. They have this one. There was another one that they did about a week and a half ago. Oh, I'm sorry. What am I talking about? Yeah, so this is 41% here. Sorry, because I'm colorblind today. So Angus Reid has them up by 3. Abacus has them up by 1. Nanos has the Liberals by 1. Leger has the Liberals by 6. But what they're seeing in their polling model is that, yes, people are still supporting them, but they're maybe thinking about switching. That's what this tells me, right? Because how could you vote Liberal and not approve of the government, which is Liberal? But you are seeing a lot of people who are starting to switch on issues. It used to be Trump. That used to be the number 1 or 2 thing. Now it's cost of living. The Trump thing has kind of fallen off. Carney doesn't have a deal yet. It doesn't seem like we're going to get one anytime soon. And you watch, as soon as Carney's polling numbers start to really drop, not just an approval rating, but up here as well, that's when he'll get a deal done. He'll take the best deal he can get when there's political pressure for him to do it. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. But that being said, it's like, okay, you got 44% in the polls based off this Leger poll. But when the approval rating is only 47%, when it was 58%, that's not good news if you're Mark Carney, which is great news for Canada. It's great news for me. It's great news for all of you listening. But either way, let me know what you think in the comments. It's a bit strange that the Liberals are still up by 6, but the approval has gone down by 11. Let me know what you think about that. Do you trust Leger? Do you trust Abacus more? Let me know what you think. Please do not be shy. I enjoy reading your comments. For some reason, I haven't been seeing all of my comments. I'm not sure what's going on with that, if YouTube's hiding them or there's a delay or something, but I'm definitely not seeing comments. It'll show that I have like 20 comments, but I can only see 5. So, not sure what's going on. Either way, let me know what you think. I'll be back shortly with a new one.